Gutterson Fieldhouse on the campus of the University of Vermont in Burlington. Good evening, everybody. It is the 2004 Vermont Division I High School Hockey Championship game. The undefeated Essex Hornets, 22-0 on the season, taking on the Crusaders of Champlain Valley Union High School. CVU is 18-4. I am George Commo, Bob White alongside for the broadcast tonight, and it is culmination of what has been a tremendous season really for both of these hockey teams, but particularly for the Essex Hornets, who have battled their way through 22 games without a defeat. CVU, as we said, 18-4. They have played Essex twice this year. Hornets winning the first meeting 4-3, and then winning the second game 6-1. Both times Essex jumping out to big leads and holding on to pick up the victory. As we said, Bob White alongside for the broadcast tonight. And Bobby, you couldn't ask for much more than this, an undefeated team trying to wrap up an undefeated season with a championship and a very good challenger, the number 2 seed in the tournament, waiting to play.
Yeah, George, this is I'm so excited about this game tonight. We got number 1 versus number 2. Certainly Essex, the number 1 team in Division I all season long. CVU, arguably the number 2 team. So we've got the 2 best teams, and that's always what you're looking for. But I tell you right now, 22-0 Essex is coming into this game. But I tell you right now, 19-4 would be a lot better season than 22-1. You do not want to have your only loss of the season to come in your last game. And I thought Coach Bill O'Neill had a great quote in the paper this morning. It doesn't matter what happened the first 22 games. It all comes down to this one. And I know CVU, a young team with a lot of talent, a lot of confidence. This should be a great hockey game, George.
As Bill O'Neill said in the paper this morning, you want to be 1-0 after tonight. That's the one that matters. All right, Bobby, we get ready for the hockey game. Good crowd on hand here at Gutterson. People continuing to come in, and if you are somewhere in the area, there is room for you if you'd like to come on over and join us, but it's going to be an excellent crowd. I'd guess close to 3,000 by the time we drop the puck here to get this one underway.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the University of Vermont's Gutterson Fieldhouse for this evening's Vermont Principals Association Boys Ice Hockey Metro Division Championship game between the Crusaders of Champlain Valley Union High School and the Hornets of Essex High School. Here with us,
Maybe a little tentative, but you know not one thing, they're all very excited.
CVU in the red and black with the Montreal Canadiens style C and a B in the middle. The Hornets in the white trimmed in blue and gold with the Boston Bruins style spoke E on the front of the jerseys. Thank you for joining us, everybody. The puck on the ice, the game underway immediately into the CVU zone. Down along the near boards, Ren Kielman taps it up to Warner, up the left wing. Peter Mazur over the Essex line. Mazur trying to cut to the net, got it in front. And in there was Haley looking for a redirection and went wide and in behind the cage. Loose puck far corner in the Essex zone. And the Crusaders dig it out. Here's Tucker Warner in the circle. Can't get a shot away. Threw it in front. Ryan Heaney to skate it away for Essex. Heaney up the right wing now to center. Heaney for the Hornets. Taps it into the CVU zone. Peter Child will retrieve it for CVU and behind his own net. Up the right wing side. He stops. Steps the long up ice pass. Corralling it up over the line. Here's a dish across in front for Haley, but he can't get a handle to it. Haley now taps it up the boards, but it's picked off for Essex, and defenseman Wade Houston up the center. Taps it ahead on the left wing. Trying to race on it, Kevin McAuliffe, but Ryan McGinnis back there for CVU. Flipped it up on the board. Steve Hennessy intercepts, throws one off the Zamboni gate. Now gets it back. Hennessy in the left wing corner out to Guerrero, who's knocked away. Puck back to Houston at the left point, holds in, shovels it behind the CVU net. Puck bouncing to the near corner. Ryan McGinnis to get it. Takes a big hit in there from Hennessy. Puck to Guerrero, side of the net, McAuliffe back in front. Guerrero couldn't get a stick on it. Fay fires, saved by McGovern. Rebound, they score! McAuliffe!
Well, just what CVU didn't want, George, and what Essex wanted, a quick score, and that was on a rebound. CVU had a hard time getting the puck out of the zone. The puck came out up top to one of the defensemen who took the shot. The rebound, McGovern, who doesn't give up a lot, went right to McAuliffe, and he slid it harmlessly, George, with a backhand. Didn't get a lot on it, but it went 5-0 right through the legs of Trevor McGovern, and the Hornets are out to a 1-0 lead just 1 minute and 28 seconds into the hockey game.
I think it'll be Fay and Guerrero on the assist. McAuliffe the goal at 1:28 of the first period, and Essex out to a 1-0 lead. Off the face-off, puck bouncing back into the Hornet zone, and John Doble on defense, back to get it. Cross ice, Chris Bouchard. Up in the middle, Alex Lee now at his own line. Steered it ahead of the CVU line. That was broken up. And the puck past Bouchard back into the Essex zone. To play it behind the net, Doble. Pass up, knocked down, stolen by the Crusaders. Michael Pinckney stepping to it, pokes it into the high slot, but the puck deflects away to the far side corner. Now Matt McKinnon racing in for the Crusaders, dumps it behind the Essex net. Puck around on the near side boards. Brendan O'Leary puts a bang on his man, and the puck rolled out to center. On it there, Pinckney for the Crusaders, shooting it back into the Essex zone. Given the only assist for the moment on that Essex goal. Puck out to center ice. CVU on it, shooting it back into the Essex zone. Here's Mazur over the line to the circle. Shooting it was blocked. Got it back for the shot. Saved by Vazilier. Loose puck in front. It's still loose. And the Crusaders bang it in, but the whistle had blown. And a couple of the Crusaders get up very hot at the official, Tucker Warner being restrained. The puck was loose. We could see it, but the official could not. He had blown the whistle.
Well, George, a couple of things there. It was the referee who was behind the cage. The puck was loose. A couple of swats at it by a couple of the CVU players. The puck, we could see very clearly, was not covered up in the crease, as Basilier was actually lying down, tried to cover it up, could not. The puck went in. But the referee blew the whistle because he lost sight of it.
The referee blew the whistle, and he blew the call, but when you lose sight of the puck, that's what you're supposed to do. And it's a tough break for the Crusaders. That would have tied the game. Face-off, puck dumped behind the Essex net. It remains 1-0 Hornets. To get the puck, Courier in behind his own net. Brad Courier in the left wing corner, flips it up the left wing boards out to center. To get it there at his own line, Peter Child, but gave it up. Puck stolen, stepping over the line, Courier tried to feed a passage, deflected up in the air. And the Crusaders turn it back at center, Tucker Warner. Ahead on the right wing for Haley, bounced over his stick. Haley running on it, but it's knocked away by Fay. Now the puck loose, side of the Essex net, cleared away by Wade Houston. And spinning in the corner of his own zone, Courier with it. Up on the right wing to Heaney, inside his own line. Heaney avoids the man, comes to center on the right wing. Ryan Heaney tees up the slapper, came off the leg of defenseman Rem Kielman. Now Courier in the corner, steers it to the side of the CVU net. Puck knocked away. Heaney to get it, shovels it to the backboards. Tucker Warner to play it there for CVU. Around in the far corner to Ryan McGinnis. McGinnis pass ahead to man at center ice. Haley over to Mazur. It's knocked off his stick. Now Kielman will shoot it back into the Essex zone. Bouchard, right wing corner for the Hornets in his own zone. Tapped it to the line, off the defender and out to center. And now the Crusaders will shoot it back into the Essex end. Back after it, defenseman Houston. Chased in the corner in there by CVU's Kevin Murphy. Puck comes to McCullough, but he banks it ahead, looking to send away Steve Hennessy up the left wing side. That'll be an icing call against Essex. And the face-off back into the Hornet zone. 11:14 left to go in the first period. Essex on the early goal by Kevin McCullough, leading it here 1-0.
And one thing, George, on that non-goal by CVU, obviously a bad break that the whistle blew, but a couple of these CVU players got right into the face of the official, and they were very fortunate that there wasn't a penalty call.
Yeah, they almost made some contact. Here's a shot off the face-off, rebound in front, and Doble just able to knock it away from Murphy. That off the rebound of the shot by Curtis Martin. Now Doble back in behind his own net, watched by the forechecking Dan Austin. Doble looking up on the right wing to Guerrero. Guerrero broken up along the near side boards by Murphy. Couple of Hornets, though, step in to help out, and Essex with it back. Here's Bouchard tipping it up on the left wing. Essex, for the moment, unable to clear the zone. Now they'll slide it ahead. Guerrero at center. 1-on-2 to the CVU line. Knocked out. Put three into the near corner. Back after it, Matt Bain for CVU. Fed it up on the near boards. And Kevin Murphy at center. Right wing pass knocked away by Bouchard. Back into the CVU zone. Peter Child turns in front of his own net. Banks it off the right wing boards down the ice. He was looking for Dan Austin, but didn't get him. And it's an icing call against the Crusaders. We've played 4 minutes and 35 seconds here in the first period. Essex on the goal by McCullough at 1:28, leading 1-0.
On that last rush by Chad Guerrero, he was taken down, and a lot of the Hornet fans yelling for a penalty. Don't look for a lot of penalties called in this game. In the two semifinal games, a total of 2 penalties. In the CVU Rice game, there weren't any. Essex had the only 2 penalties in the 2 semifinal games.
Now for CVU, defenseman Ryan McGinnis in behind his own net, up on the near side boards to Albertson. It bounced away. Shot taken from the blue line, and a save by McGovern off the shot by Wade Houston, and he holds on to it. We'll get a face off the CVU zone. It is like the Canadians and the Bruins are playing here. The Canadian style C with a V instead of an H in the middle of it on the CVU jerseys, and the Hornets with that Bruins style spoked wheel on the front with the E in the middle of that. Puck controlled by the Crusaders. Pinckney wraps it around on the far side boards. Charlie Gunlock inside his own line. Back across now for the defenseman Pinckney, who feeds it out through center. It was tipped at center ice, they say, by McKinnon, so no icing. Puck into the Essex zone. McKinnon to dig it out. McKinnon working the backboards against Brendan Fay. Now 4 players jam it in behind the Essex net. Puck squirts free up on the near side boards. Trying to pick it up, McKinnon. Fay banged him again. Centering pass comes all the way back to the right point where McInnes catches it. McInnes shot it up in the left wing corner in the Essex zone, intercepted by Houston, dumps it off the wing boards. Here's Brendan O'Leary ahead at center. O'Leary coming to the CBU line. O'Leary goes wide, right circle. O'Leary behind the net, threw it off the side of the cage, worked in there by Pinckney. Now Courier to get it in the left wing corner. Courier in the circle. Courier trying to walk to the net, bumped off the plate. Matt Kilcoyne to pick it up. Kilcoyne wheels deep in front, and O'Leary unable to tip it in. And the net popped up off its moorings as one of the CBU defenders went hard into the crossbar. Yeah. And that'll stop play. Actually, it looks like it fell right back down. No, not quite right back down in place. So they reposition the net, and we'll get a face off the CBU zone.
One of the CBU defensemen went into the cage. It lifted completely up. Didn't look like it went off the moorings, but the referee blew the whistle. Make sure it was where it's supposed to be. An Essex face-off inside the CBU zone.
Now Courier will take the face-off against Tucker Warner. Circle to the left of McGovern in the CBU zone. Now Courier chased out. And Matt Kilcoyne in to take the draw. And he wins it. Back to Heaney into the slot on the back end. The shot off the glove of McGovern and wide. Kilcoyne centering one. But bouncing back to the left wing boards. On it, Bouchard. His shot was blocked and it kicks out to center. Now Doble for the Hornets. Long shot up over the top of the net off the glass. Ren Kielman for CBU. Plays it side of his own net. Pass stolen by Heaney. Gave it to Courier. Back to Heaney. But Kielman steps in to break up the play. Now Courier with it again to Heaney outside the right circle. Heaney dumps it behind the net, far side, left wing corner. Kilcoyne trying to field the point, but it is stolen by the Crusaders. They stamp it away out at center, intercepted there, and planted right back into the zone by Heaney. Back to get it, Peter Child in behind his own net, taken to the boards by Kilcoyne. Child and Kilcoyne battle in behind the cage. Now the puck squirting free. Jamie Spencer for the Crusaders, up on the near boards to Peter Mazur. Mazur to the Essex line, broken up. Skating room the other way for McCullough. Finds his man down the slot. Steve Hennessy taken down, the shot at the goal post. McCullough found the puck, put it off the post. Now a blast from Houston hit a defender in front and is cleared to the line. Puck fed back in by the Hornets. We get a whistle. They're going to call a glove pass. That's a bad call.
An absolute bad call happened right in front of the referee. It was a great job there by Hennessy. The puck he was struggling in front in the slot area. The puck came off.
Bob, excuse me. I think what the official is saying is he closed the glove on the puck before he dropped it. He did drop it and play it with the stick. I don't think he called it a hand pass. I think he called it a closing the glove on the puck.
I can buy that one, but he certainly wasn't a hand pass because he dropped it down in front of him and pushed it forward with his stick.
Face off outside the line. Hornets control, and they'll shoot it into the CBU zone. 7:53 to play in the first period. Essex 1, CBU nothing. Vermont Division 1 high school hockey championship game tonight here at the Gutterson Fieldhouse in Burlington. Dan Austin for CBU feeds it ahead at center, intended for Murphy, but Brendan Fay of Essex shoots it back into the CBU zone. Now for the Crusaders, near side corner, defenseman Nat Dame up on the boards for Curtis Martin, couldn't hold it in. Hornets shoot it back behind the CBU net. In to get it is Brendan O'Leary trying to feed one back to the point. It was knocked away, and here's Murphy for CBU away at center, stepping up to intercept the pass. Wade Houston tried to chip it ahead to O'Leary, but that was broken up by Dame. Now here is O'Leary over the line for Essex, right circle, double team, squeezed off the play. Trevor McGovern shoots it off the boards, not out. Wade Houston, right point, shot hit a leg in front. Murphy knocking it down for CBU. Crusaders cleared out to center. Dan Austin to the Essex line, bumped off the play by Fay, and now CBU will take a line change. Hornets control their own zone, rolling it out to center. On it, Peter Child for the Crusaders. Shot one back in, knocked down at the Essex line by Fay. And the Hornet defenseman shoots it back into the CBU zone. To play it in behind his own net, right wing corner, it is fed to the line by Pinckney. Hornets hold in. Steve Hennessy up in the corner to McCullough. In front for Guerrero, and he shot it off the side of the net. Didn't have much of an angle. Guerrero worked by Child at the backboards. McKinnon in there as well. McKinnon knocks his man down, dumps the puck around on the far side boards. Gunlaw away at center for McKinnon to the Essex line. Play broken up, and it's offside anyway against CBU at the Essex line. 6 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first. 1-0 in favor of Essex. I want to welcome folks listening all over the world tonight. Tonight's game, our first for Vermont High School Hockey Championship action. We are all over the world tonight by the World Wide Web.
And I have it on good authority. There's actually one big fan in Morocco listening to us right now.
Gotta love that. Off the draw, here's Charlie Gunlaw at center, trying to feed one up on the far boards. They jam it over by the corner of the CVU bench. Puck squirts back into the Crusaders zone. Pinckney with it. Pinckney at his own line. Taps it ahead to the Essex line. That was broken up. Stepping it back ahead, Heaney. And he taps it into the CVU zone. Child near side corner to get it. Puck knocked away by Heaney. Retrieved by Courier. And Courier in turn broken up by the sophomore Peter Child. Child up the center ice. Left wing side. He's over the line. Child outside the circle. Shooting glove save. Basilier, and he holds onto it. Kilcoyne and one of the Crusaders come together behind him, and the net comes off its moorings. And again, although there was a little pushing and shoving between the two of them, the officials continue to be very lenient these days. No penalty call either way, and the face-off in the CVU zone, or in the Essex zone.
Well, both these teams extremely well coached, very disciplined teams, and everybody wants the officials to let the game to be decided on the ice and not by their calls, and that's what they did in the semifinals, and so far that's what they're doing in this game, and I think everybody's happy to see it that way, especially the coaches and the players.
Face off in the Essex zone in the circle to the right of Basilier.
Essex got a late change, George, and now the official came over and wants the Courier and Heaney and Kilcoyne line back out there.
So it'll be Courier out to take the face-off against CVU's Alex Slauson here. 5:45 left in period number one. People still coming in here, Bob.
Yeah, George, I haven't seen crowds like this in a couple of years here at Gutterson.
Off the draw, puck flipped off the glass out to the center ice area, diving after a Courier, tapping it into the CVU zone, racing it against McInnes. They tangle each other up, both go down. Crusaders come up with the puck, and Dan Austin is at the center. Austin to the Essex line, shifting to the left circle, shovels it back. Here's a shot just wide of the far post, let go by the freshman Matt Parker. Crusaders hold in. Now over in the far corner, Fay battling against Slauson. They battle along the boards on the far side of the arena as CVU shoots at the net to our left here in the first period. Hornets now come up with the puck. Ryan Heaney steps into the center ice circle. Long blast, glove down by McGovern. Hands it off to Keelman in behind his own net. Keelman banks it off the boards out to center. Essex getting a change right there, and the Hornets tap it in. McAuliffe threw it in, but taken back by Keelman. Right wing circle in his own zone, spins back into the corner, looking, slides the pass up in front of his own net. Tucker Warner away to Mazur on the right wing, now left wing for Haley. Haley over the line, broken up by Doble. Hornets tap to the line, fail to get it out. Here is Tucker Warner shooting it up the boards into the corner of the Essex zone. Mazur in there, banged by McAuliffe. Hornets shoot it around the board. Steve Hennessy muscles it out over the line as he bangs at the point with defenseman Peter Child. And Matt Bain back at his own zone, feeds one at center, but it's stolen right back by McAuliffe. Over the line for the shot, and he stopped it away just wide. Now Guerrero along the near boards, puck knocked away by Warner. McAuliffe behind the net, gave it to Steve Hennessy, flipped it through the goal mouth. Nobody able to get a stick on that. Now Hennessy taps it back to the backboards in the CVU zone. Hennessy battling back there against Tucker Warner. Puck outside of the CVU net. Hennessy handing it off. Guerrero couldn't get a shot as Bain blocked it to the backboards. Now for CVU near side corner again. Tucker Warner got banged by Guerrero, but shot the puck out to center. Hornets go cross ice at center. Bouchard back to get the puck inside his own line. Hands it ahead to McAuliffe. Now Bob Hennessy on the ice. Shoots one in off the skate of the official. Away out of the net, McGovern to play it against an on-charging O'Leary. McGovern now gives it to Child. Child around to Bain in the right wing circle. And Haley on the right wing, away at center for Curtis Martin. Martin to the Essex line. He'll dump it in with 3:22 left to go in the period. Back to play at corner of his zone for the Hornets. Giving it up now, Wade Houston, but got some help from a teammate who saved the day for the Hornets. And Essex back at center. O'Leary on the right wing for the shot. High up off the glass as it went over the crossbar. Crusaders retrieve the puck and tap it ahead out to the center ice area. Right wing side diving as he pokes it into the Essex zone was Jamie Spencer. Back to play it in behind his own net for the Hornets. Fay got bumped off the play. Here's Murphy with a steal for CVU. Wanted to put it in front, but Houston cleared it away. Puck around the dasher and out to center ice. Crusaders at their own line with 2:45 left in the period. With the puck, McInnes. McInnes flips it back in into the Essex zone. Houston knocked it down. Snaps the pass up in the middle, looking to send away Alex Lee, but he lost control. Puck taken back by McInnes. McInnes up on the near boards for A man at center ice, that's Murphy, shooting it in wide of the Essex net. Back to get it Houston. Houston side of his own cage. Get it up on the near boards. Here's Ryan Heaney. Taps it out to center for the Hornets. Puck taken back in the center ice area now by the Crusaders. Heaney with it again now. Shoots it in wide of the CVU cage. Heaney racing it on the forecheck. Gets there first against Child. They come together. Crusaders, though, work it up the sideboards. Charlie Gundlaw looking to clear. Flipped it to the line. Not out. It was held in by Bouchard. His shot was blocked.
Here comes
one of the Crusaders breaking out. Delayed call. Over the line on the left wing side, it's Albertson. Got worked by Doble off the puck. We'll see if the Hornets can touch up. Now they do. Heaney will touch it, and Chris Bouchard is going off.
They get a trip.
He tripped the man. I think it was McKinnon who was trying to bust it by him after he blocked a Bouchard shot or pass at the left point. Bouchard pulled him down. And the Hornets are going to be shorthanded with 1:53 left in the first period.
Well, that was clearly a penalty, George, but we have seen something like that go without being called, but he really prevented a 2-on-1 opportunity on that trip, so it might have been a good penalty. It certainly was a good penalty, and that's why I think the officials called it, because CVU would have had a clear advantage on the odd man rush.
Now the Crusader power play, face off the Essex zone, and the puck cleared in the air past Peter Child and back into the Crusaders zone. Child on the power play with McInnes, Warner, McKinnon, and Albertson. And at center it is Child carrying. Check, that's Warner carrying up over the line outside the left circle. Tucker Warner into the corner. Bumped off the play. Steve Hennessy digs the puck out for the Hornets. Now Essex looks for the opening, and Wade Houston able to clear it out all the way down the ice. Minute and a half on the CVU power play. A little less than that remaining in the period. Child behind his own net. Starts it out the right side. Peter Child at center. Taps it up on the right wing. Albertson up over the line. Goes outside the right circle. Into the circle. Shoots it. Saved by Basilier. Rebound picked off by Doble. He finds the opening and dumps it all the way back to the CVU zone. A minute left in the period. Bit more than that on the power play. Child again with it. Child turns his own net. Slowly up through his own zone. Ahead at center. Peter Mazur over the line. Right wing. Spins out. Drops the puck back toward the blue line. Crusaders hold in. Warner back over for Haley, but it deflected away and out to center ice. Crusaders tap it back in. They'll have to wait to clear the zone to avoid